I'm Lisa Marie. Welcome to my channel, Living My Best Life with Lisa Marie.
Today I'll be creating home decor with various wood items.
I am so glad you're here. Let's get crafting.
For this DIY, I'm using the inside of a Dollar Tree canvas, just the frame, some skewers from Dollar Tree, and some tumbling tower blocks. I'm going to take my sanding sponge and I'm going to just make sure that all of the edges are nice and splinter free. And I'm going to clean up any of the dust left behind with my Ladybug vacuum, and all of my tools are down in my Amazon store, so feel free to check it out in case you need some. I'm going to use my Kills white primer and I'm going to paint this entire frame, back, front, inside, all everywhere, just the whole entire thing. I'm going to use my heat tool so I can dry this quickly and move on to the next step. I'm creating a little mini window, and so for the pane dividers I'm going to use these little skewers. But first I'm just going to tape them down and paint them in that same white paint, front and back. Then I'm going to take my tumbling tower blocks and I'm going to paint those as well, just the parts that you're going to see. And now I'm going to figure out where I'm going to be placing them all. I'm going to create a little window box for florals. It's going to be so cute when this is done. I'm just positioning everything, and then I'm going to start hot gluing it to the actual frame and creating my little box. Once all of the pieces are in place, I'm going to go back in with the hot glue in the underside and just kind of reinforce every seam so that it's nice and secure. Now I'm doing the next level, which is going to be the very front, and I'm going to put them vertically and then again reinforcing wherever I can. I don't think I need anything stronger than hot glue because I'm just putting light florals in here, but if you were putting something heavier, I would suggest a more permanent, stable glue. Next, I'm going to take my 4 skewers and I'm going to figure out exactly how long they need to be to put 2 vertical and 2 horizontal to make my little panes for the window. And I'm just going to use my little snips to go ahead and cut them to size, and then I'm going to hot glue them down and do the vertical ones, and then I'm going to do the horizontal ones. And this is so easy. They're definitely secure. I put hot glue under and over each of the ends of the skewers, so there's no question that this is staying in place. Next, I'm going to very lightly dry brush some Antique Wax by Waverly over all of the white surfaces. And basically, I'm going to put a little bit on my brush, wipe most of it off, and then just kind of drag it around the edges and just wherever I want to see a little bit of distressing. Like I said, this is going to be a very, very light dry brush. I just want a little bit of an effect of it not being like stark white. I always save styrofoam whenever I get something in a package, so I'm just going to cut a little teeny rectangular piece of this very messy styrofoam, and I'm going to hot glue it into that little window box that I created. And then I'm going to take some really cute Dollar Tree florals, and I'm just going to snip them all to make them the right size, and I'm going to start putting them inside of this styrofoam, and it just looks so cute already. Oh my gosh, I love these colors, I love this pick, and this is just turning out so cute. I'm going to add some of these cute little off-white flowers. I think it's just the right touch with the purple and the yellow and the green, and like I said, I'm just really loving this. And then I'm going to take some jute cord from the Dollar Tree and I'm literally going to hot glue it to the back and wrap it around kind of crisscross, and then I'm going to push it around and kind of shape it the way I want it. This is just to add that little farmhouse touch to it, and I absolutely love how this looks. I had a Goodwill find that had this little burlap flower on it, and I took it off. I figured I'd save it, and guess what? It's perfect for this DIY. It's going to hot glue it right to the center, and literally that really makes this one so cute. Now I'm going to take a little bit of craft paper to cover up that back area because I don't want you to see any of my styrofoam or any of the mess. And I'm just going to hot glue it and trim the edges, and then I'm going to make a little hanger out of jute cord, and this one's done. And you guys, I love it. I think it's so cute. You could hang it. It can be like sitting on a shelf, whatever you want. Just like bringing a little bit of outdoors indoors, and it's just so cute in farmhouse. I hope you guys like it. Let me know. Today's video is part of a collaboration hosted by Jenny from Lovely Moments Creating. It's called What Would You Do? And it has to do with using wood in your DIYs, and we're all challenged to do that. So much fun. Jenny does this collaboration every month on her channel, and I will have a playlist link down below. You can go watch everybody's amazing wood creations. Jenny's channel, Lovely Moments Creating, is just what the name says. She creates the most lovely DIYs. Of course, I'll have her channel link down below. You've got to visit her. She also just started a second channel, more of a lifestyle channel, all things lovely for the mature woman. You won't want to miss it. I'm already loving it. I'll put a link to that channel down below as well. And if you've come over from the playlist, I'm so happy you're here. Welcome. For this wood DIY, I got this little sign from the Goodwill, and although it's super cute, I wanted to do something different to it, so I removed the twine and the clothespins on the front, and off camera I took my sander and I sanded down the front so I could get rid of the words that were on there. And now I'm going to take my Antique Wax by Waverly and I'm going to go ahead and restain it. I did like the dark stain, I just didn't want the words that were there. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on all over, and then I'm going to wipe off the excess with a paper towel. I'm going to take my Arteza paint marker in white, and I'm going to start drawing a dandelion that's already dried out. You'll see what I mean here in a second. And I'm then putting little things on the edges. I'm just kind of embellishing it a little bit because I just want this to be super, super cute. I'm then going to freehand the words wish and dream, and I'm going to try to make it look like a typewriter font. This is freehand, so doing the best I can. Actually, I think it turned out really good. And I'm going to go over everything again with my marker until it's a little bit brighter of a white. These markers, sometimes you have to keep pumping them to make sure that they stay nice and fresh. But it's worth it because it comes out so, so cute. And I'm continuing to make my little dandelion by adding some more lines and little dots on the edges. I'm also going to make a little circle in the center, and then I'm going to continue making this look brighter and whiter as I go. I got this really super cute gold and white twine at Target of all places, and I'm going to use that to go back through those holes and thread them through. I'm going to put a little tape on the end so I can thread it through easier. I'm going to tie a knot in the back on the first piece, and then I'm going to just go back and forth just the way it was originally, but using this really cute twine. Once I have it all threaded, I'm going to tie a knot in the back and put a little hot glue to make sure that it's nice and secure. Then I'm going to take a gold Arteza paint marker and I'm just going to embellish it a little bit, like on those little dots on the end, and then I'm going to add the 3 dots after the word dream and wish also in the gold. The clothespins that came with this were like with a glitter bronze, and I wanted them to be more gold to match. So I'm using that same Arteza paint marker in gold, and I'm just going to go over all the edges of those little clothespins, and I'm going to put them right back on there, and they're so cute. I think it would be super cute to write out your wishes and dreams and then put them on the clothespins and have them in front of you to remind you what you want to accomplish. Then I'm going to use a piece from a mop head. It's like a 3-strand cord, and I'm going to take it down to 1. And I'm going to hot glue it over the widest parts of the little dandelion to give it that texture. I just love texture, and this kind of brings it to life. To cover that very center piece, I'm going to kind of wrap a piece of this mop head around itself in a circle until it's the right size, and then I'm going to hot glue it right to the center. You guys, I'm loving this one. You have to tell me what you think. I hope my channel is a fun place where you can come to be inspired to create something. I'd love it if you click the red subscribe button and turned on the notification bell. That way you'll always be notified when I have a new video ready for you to watch. I do all different decor styles on my channel, and there's something for everyone. If you like what you see, be sure to hit the like button and leave me a comment. We are one big crafty family here. For this DIY, I've got this frame from a thrift store, and then I've also got this little cow moo sign from Dollar General. Super cute. I took it apart, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint this frame white. I know it's already distressed and all that, but I wanted it to be a little bit whiter, and then I'm going to re-distress it. Yeah, crazy, right? But I just like the whiter look. So I'm also going to paint the center. It takes about 3 coats to cover that because I want to get rid of all the black. I used my White Kills primer for the white paint. Now that it's all painted white, I'm going to take my sanding sponge from Dollar Tree and I'm going to distress it again. Basically, it's just revealing the parts that were already sanded down, but now it's a whiter frame, so I'm really liking that. And then I've got this scrap paper from Hobby Lobby, and what I'm going to end up with is this red gingham print, and I'm just going to cut it to size by putting it inside the back where it's kind of cut out, and then I can use a blade on the front and get it down to the right exact size. Then after that's done, I'm going to put some Mod Podge down, and I'm going to go ahead and attach it right to the inside of the frame. I don't know if I mentioned it, but this is a super easy DIY. I promise you, if you can find a frame like this and some little element for the middle, you could do this so quickly. It was very fast. So now my paper's down. I took the little cow and I hot glued it down. You could add anything you want to make this match your decor. And this one is done. I love it. Besides YouTube, feel free to connect with me over on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. Same name, Living My Best Life with Lisa Marie. I post all kinds of stuff on there behind the scenes and just what's going on in my day-to-day life. Hope to see you there. I found this adorable wood rainbow at the Dollar Tree. It must be a new item because I'd never seen it before. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start painting it with different shades of kind of like a turquoise-ish color. So I'm starting with peacock, and I'm going to do that first indent and then the edges going up to the risen part. Then I'm going to take some agave and I'm going to do the next indented part and the edges between the 2 raised parts for that one. Then I'm going to take the color Pool, these are all Waverly chalk paints, and I'm going to do the next indent and just do the exact same thing that I have already done and finish up all the edges on that as well. Then I'm going to take the color Crystal, which is lighter, and I'm going to do the very last indented part. So as you can see, it's kind of like an ombre turquoise type of thing. And then I'm going to use Warm Buff from Apple Barrel Paints, and I'm going to do all that raised part of the rainbow on the front. Then I'm going to use my Antique Wax by Waverly, and I am going to stain all of the rest of the raw wood, which is the very bottom, the inside of the rainbow, and then the back. And I'm wiping off the excess. I just want the contrast of the stained wood, the warm buff, and then the pretty colors that are making my ombre rainbow. And I'm loving this. It's kind of a cross between Farmhouse and Boho. So that's, I think, a style that I really like, and I'm kind of realizing that more and more as I make things. Now, I do get a little bit of my Antique Wax on the front, so I'm just going to take some of the paint and I'm going to go back and touch up those spots where I went over it. And the reason I'm showing you this is because this is very hard to do without going over the lines, because taping this would be really a pain. So I thought it would just be easier to go over and do the touch-ups afterwards. And actually, I don't think I did too bad. I feel like it should have been worse. Like I should have had way more paint everywhere. Anyway, but this worked out great. I touched it up and it looks so, so cute. And I'm absolutely loving this piece. You'll have to tell me what you think down in the comments. It was so easy, you guys. There's just no reason that anyone couldn't do this with any colors that go with your decor. And now for one last look at all 4 of these wood DIYs. You guys, I really love the way they turned out. They're all so fun, and a couple of them are a little bit Farmhouse Boho, and then the other 2 are very farmhouse. But I just love the combination, all the colors. You could change this to fit your decor so easily, and honestly, they were all super easy to do. Be sure to go down to my description box and hit the playlist link so you can watch all of the wood videos from today. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the time that you take to watch my videos. It means so much. I will hope to see you in my next video, and please remember that you are a blessing to me.